6:36 in the morning. The clocks have changed here in the UK at long last, and we can power up the Groudon we got a couple of videos ago, earlier this week. Sparkles. Yes! Welcome in, people, to Shadow Shiny Potential Mewtwo Raid Weekend, and we're going to be doing both days, and we've already got first raid here. If it's Windy Boost, that's ideal, but we're going to look at 2387 is the 100%er, obviously, from Mewtwo raids, 2984 if we do get the Windy Boost. Last time this was available, in May 2023, we blitzed the raid weekend. We got 3 decent ones that are actually powered up to level 50, 2 96s and 193. This is the best Pokemon in the game, pretty much. It's only like this and Mega Rayquaza, and this is the only one you can obviously get multiple of. Fairly simple takedown, actually. That's what happens when you have 8 strong players. It's lovely to see a few people out, but I do understand this is actually Easter weekend, so there won't be as many people out as possible, and 2246 is just awful. Can it be Shadow Shiny on raid number 1 of this wave rotation? We only got 1 or 2 last time, I think. We did 60 plus raids. I don't think we're going to master that amount of raids, but not Shadow Shiny. But at least we get it with a new backdrop here in the UK, which is really lovely to see. Shadow Pokemon in their encounters like this tend to be far more attacky. They attack you a lot more, so it's much better and probably easier to time your throws with their attacks. Better to take your time, align it, get the circle set, hit those excellents, hit the great throws as well, because then you can get the captures done and dusted. We're just going to see how bad this is. Don't forget, Shadow raid bosses have a 666 IV floor, and that is not quite it, but it's there. More Mewtwo raids. Stick around for the Shadow Shiny grind of the best Pokemon in Pokemon Go, people. And let me know in the comments below how you did, if you managed to get a couple of raids in this weekend. Okay, the Mewtwo raids are running out of time here, so we're going to jump in 2292. Oof. Bad, but will it be Shadow Shiny on second raid? And I like the fact that they seem to have boosted them again for this Mewtwo raid weekend. All the problems with Raikou and all the birds and everything are gone. Damn, it's not shiny. That's a shame. These are all, technically, these are all really, really good. So much so that if you get even the 666, it's better to use this as a raid attacker than to use a normal 100%er. Same with your Groudons and Kyogres, etc. I'm not going to bring myself to power up a really bad IV Shadow Mewtwo because there's a lot of Stardust and XL candy, but if we get a good one, that will definitely get some maxing treatment. Third of the weekend, 2318, so that the trajectory isn't going in the right direction, which is nice to see. 2387 would be your magical number, and I long to see it, but Sparkles. Yes! Yes, we got the shiny third raid in 2318. Shadow Shiny Mewtwo, bagged. Third raid, very nice. The RNG wasn't too bad the last time it was in the game, so I'm definitely content with this. But of course you can't trade Shadow Pokemon, so this can't go to anybody, but it's a sort of dirty 2-star, not bad, but party play, gems and everything are in play. So next one, just over there to the left. Raid number 4, and then we've got one more afterwards, and I think it's time for a coffee break because everything needs to reset. Wow, 2270. Okay, they're going backwards now. That's not what we want to see. And while we go ahead and catch this thing, see if it's going to be shiny back to back. No, that would be too much to ask for. I hope this is sort of irrelevant information now, but I hope managed to TM frustration off all of your Shadow Pokemon before the Rocket event ended. But to be honest, these days, thankfully you don't have to wait too long with the first ball catch, because they seem to be doing Team Rocket takeovers every 2.5 months these days. Whereas before, back in the day, it used to be something like every once a year, twice a year, so it was actually a note of importance. Enter a showcase. We have Shadow Mewtwo showcases? Yes, biggest Psychic type Pokemon. Switch Pokemon. Well, I guess everyone's going to choose their Hooper Unbound in that case. Mine's probably not going to go in slot number 1. Has somebody got an XXL? Oh, it is rank 1, okay. But now, up the road somewhere, there is one more Mewtwo. Let's go and get it. Down it goes, and, well, 2286, so we're definitely on a bad rung of IVs, but it did the most damage. Yes. Now, Shadow Shiny Green. Yes, 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 we got a second one already. 2 inside of 5 or 6 raids. That is actually amazingly good RNG. Probably means we're not going to get a shiny for the rest of this video, but at least you guys have seen some. In the ball it goes. Yes. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, as you know, if you're here in the channel regularly. You know I like my good IVs. It's got 15 attack though. Right, don't worry, we will charge the phone sooner or later, but 2264. Have we had one? Like, we need to get one that's well above that. Most damage, love to see it. No, not Shadow Shiny. Okay, I'm gonna throw 1 or 2 Pokeballs on camera because there's only so much of catching a legendary that is interesting watching. Ooh, I'm kneeling on gravel for this one. This is excruciatingly painful, but a bit of ice beam action. Killed all my Giratinas, lovely. 23-24, okay, we finally got one above 2300 again. That's cool. And you can tell when it's a boosted raid weekend because the eggs will spawn with like 10 minutes on them. So we've got another bunch of them that have just hatched here with like 9 minutes on the timer. So we don't have to go anywhere. But Shadow Mewtwo with the lakeside backdrop. Somebody got a Shadow Shiny of that with the backdrop. Beautiful. Okay, a raid number 8 or 9. You do get to the point very quickly where you just lose track of what you've got, but 22.79. The IV spread is not good for me today. Maybe tomorrow will be better, but I'm not going to be around too much tomorrow because it is actually Easter, so not the green one, but the backdrop again. A bit of a jog on to get to this raid. Literally only had a minute left on the timer, but we made it. Thank goodness. Mewtwo in the bin. And it was not worth it. 22.71. Maybe the shine luck is there? No, not this time around, but they're all Mewtwo XL candy. In the end of the day, it's nice to see that you get the right amount of Premier Balls as well, unlike the Primal Raid days, we only got like a handful, it felt like. Right, we had to drop out of the shopping centre because obviously they get funky about me filming in there. Oh, 23.77! That's so good. It might be the Goku Bad 98. I think 23.80 from memory is the Goku Bad 98, but this could be a decent 96, in which case we're level 50ing it after getting our Shadow Growler. It's not shiny, but we're definitely going to catch this one on camera. That's some solid IVs. That's what we wanted to see. More good IV Shadow Mewtwo. But we have a Shadow Growler and needs 615,000 Stardust, and we're still not there. The best IV of the day so far, first ball catch. That's always how it goes. And it's a 96-15 attack. That's pretty much exactly what we had last time with the Shadow Mewtwo's. And I am not going to forget, TM frustration off it straight away, and we might as well. I've got one Elite Charge TM left. Do you know what? I'm going to wait until the end of the weekend. That is definitely going up to level 50. 100% fantastic. If I spool over the campfire, there's quite a few dotted around, which is really nice to see. In fact, St. Mary's is now hatching one, Station's hatching one. Boosted Shadow Raids. If this was how it was for the beasts and the birds, you get more people out in Niantic, trust me. Let's just gloss over the bad lighting and the branch in the foreground, but Mewtwo is in the bin. There is definitely something bugged with the graphic for the Enraged mode, because it's still showing it for me, but was that 2303? Kind of, it's above 2300, not quite the same standard as the last one. Those higher IVs for me are what I'm gunning for. Not everybody's gunning for those. People might just want to get the Shadow Shiny and be done. This isn't either. Oh, 2301, okay. The accessibility for Shadow Raids is still the biggest problem. I see it on social media, I see it in my Discord, and it is very disheartening because some of these are the most powerful Pokemon in the game. They're Shadow Shinies, and they're locked in such a way that it's sort of made only accessible by ways of being a city player, to be honest. And it's just, I wish there was a way, like, what's the harm of doing 5 remotes for these things, genuinely? Because really, you know, you can remote Mega Rayquaza, and that's almost as powerful as this. So their whole thing about balancing the game, and I think today, is the 1 year anniversary of them announcing the remote raid nerf hysterically. The 30th of March 2023 will forever be remembered in my heart as one of the days that Niantic did the stupidest thing they could have possibly done. There is not a plethora of people out in Niantic, and this is London. This is a big city in the UK, maybe because it's Easter weekend, but there are not substantial numbers out for this one. These 12km eggs have the shiny potential Sand Island. They're new, and they've been incubating for a bit of time. I won't say those were Varoom, but there's 1 or 2 that can't be shiny in these pools. Dino really needs to get out of there, I've got to be honest. Another Varoom, okay, so we're up to a twin-cylinder motorcycle right now. Okay, those were just awful. The station provided a lobby of 14 people, which is nice. A nice speedy takedown, 23.31. Isn't horrendous, but not max worthy. Oh, most damage again. That's the Shundo Giratina doing some work, and no, it's not green this time around, but that's absolutely fine. Right, let's go for a great throw because sometimes they work better. And after this, we'll just skip to the next raid. Told you greats are better than excellence. Nice, easy lobby with a bunch of people. 23-12. Could be a lot better, but it could be a lot worse, I've got to say. And oh, a rare XL candy. I love to see that. Not shiny. Not a shiny this time around, but we'll throw 1 ball on camera because I'm impatient, so I'll just fling it in a general direction. Need to charge the phone again. Not a first ball catch. Party challenge completed. This gives us an encounter with, oh, a bicycle. Down goes the Mewtwo, 23-21. Quick shiny check because we're in the car and it's sort of sniping the gym on the way. Quickly. Ooh, it's not Shadow Shiny, so it's going to take some time to catch. The phone screen's gone to darkness, so I can barely see anything. 23-43. It's not horrendous, actually. Francesca with the most damage. Interesting. Okay. 19 balls for a non-Shadow Shiny, but that's okay. And it's overheat. The phone is starting to react badly because it's actually a surprisingly hot day. The very end of March, spring has finally arrived. Why is it lagging so much? Dear God. That's horrendous. I'm not going to catch much more on camera, I think, because it's really struggling. That frame rate, for me, at least on my side, is terrible. Right, somehow we mustered a full lobby of 20 on this one. I strongly suspect there was air support, but 2273. Somehow, Tom managed to get a Shadow Hundo on the last raid, which is just a bit flabbergasted by 2387. Lucky devil. This is not even a Shadow Shiny. Okay, phone restarted. Now the brightness is back up to normal, so... wow, that's a troll. 2283. Shadow Shiny? Sadly not. The quest never ends. The quest never ends. Prepare for some horrible backlighting. 2318. Damn. And it's not Shadow Shiny, but that's absolutely fine. We're more chasing those perfect stats if we can get them. You know, any raid boss, you'll find Shadow Mewtwo is a pretty solid counter to take it down with, as long as you get the different moves on it, and then you've got yourself a generalist, which is fantastic. So that's why I want a team of good ones. We've got 4, 3 from last time, 1 from this morning, obviously, and if we can bag 2 more, and party rewards, fantastic. Win 4 raids gives us some mega energy, and we can do 20 nice throws, sure. 23-21, 67 CP off of what we actually need to get. We on the board, final strike. Shadow Shiny? No, not this time round. I'm not going to repeat exactly what I've said for like the last 6 clips, but it's all good. It's all good. 2 cars of people, well, 2 sets, and that's 2268. Oh dear. That's very good territory for it to be shiny. The shinies tend to be really bad IVs on those fronts, so most damage, yes, come on. 18 Pokeballs for a non-Shadow Shiny. No surprise. Right, let's hit the grate on it. There's 1 more down the road and then maybe back on foot for a bit. Oh, first ball catch. That's unusual for a bad IV. Very surprising. 3 XL and 1 star. Oh dear. Quadding these is actually a lot easier with party play. 23-21 again. So we've had like 3 of those today. If you get the party play boost going, I highly recommend, I mean, that's the only thing we use party play for here, is extra damage and raids. So, Shadow Shiny, maybe? No, plus a bit of lag. It does seem that the game, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's the phone's overreacting with the temperature and stuff, but it does seem that the game is just a tad more laggy. It's very weird. But another first ball catch. You can knock me down with a feather. 4XL, we're nearly up to 1,000 Mewtwo XLs again, which I think is where we were at after last time it was in the raids. Beautiful sunshine. Will that bring in? Oh my god, no. 2271. Very poor. Giovanni, bro, you've got to bring me some better stats. And it's not Shadow Shiny. That's a shame. I know I've said this before, but that new cat screen backdrop gives so much more life to the game, and I really hope that it goes worldwide soon. I've got to be honest, I'm not really sure how many more we're going to be able to do because people want to jettison home. 2290 kind of makes me want to go home. I'm quite hungry. Didn't have lunch. Busy raiding. Priorities. Raid Shadow Shiny potential Mewtwo over your stomach. But here we go. Not Shadow Shiny once again. Apart from that, like 96er, and I think 1 other, everything else has been pretty much sub 23. No, that's a stupid point to make. But a first ball catch. I like that. 4XL candy. We are running. Oh, the party has ended. Fantastic. I have to start another one up. I'm going to have to scout campfire and see. Well, I hope the other people don't want to go home.
Early the next morning.
Good morning, folks. So, we've got a little 3-hour session coming up. It is currently 6:36 in the morning. The clocks have changed here in the UK at long last. And good news, where I've been staying, there is a Shadow Mewtwo on top of it. And as suspected, the raids are littered this morning. So we've got some raids we can go and do. So let's jump straight into this Shadow Mewtwo, because thankfully there's a few people who are as mad as I am. You have to excuse the rumbling engine, we need the heater to go. So, raid number 1 of Sunday, 23:27. Only 60 CP off of that 100%er. It's Easter. We've got some family obligations and things that we want to do. So we'll try and squeeze some raids in. It's not shiny to begin the day, but there we go. Mewtwo with the good morning or dusk dawn shading. I need to get my skates on because there's lots of raids that have popped up and they're all going to despawn at like 7:30. Genuinely, anybody who gets up early and does an early morning commute will attest to this, is that raids in Pokemon Go, when they spawn at 6, between 6 and 6:30, almost every gym has a raid on it, which is kind of mental. So if you get up early, you'll find a lot of raids. Maybe not so much during the course of the rest of the day, but plenty. There's 3 on the nearby already. So let's hot-foot it to the next one, folks. Honestly, it seems like party players received a damage buff. 2261. Ooh dear, very much nothing to shout about. I don't remember Mewtwo being this simple to take down with, what, 4 people? Not Shadow Shiny again, but that's absolutely okay. Not gonna say it's nearly a shundo, but, you know, we'll hit the excellence on it like a professional. I'm gonna throw one more excellence in a counterclockwise motion. Boom. There we go. Will that catch it? Because there's another raid back the way I came. For goodness sake, okay. The Hundo Giratina army really does do the business. 2322, we're above 2300. I like to see it. Up, 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 up. It would be absolutely magical to see the 2387. With the final strike. Shadow Shiny? No, not this morning. Well, I can see the moon in the background. That's actually a really nice detail. One great throw, because I always seem to get one great throw in right at the very beginning before actually setting the circle. Set the circle, that might be a little bit too small. Who doesn't like an excellent throw challenge? There you go. And instantly out. Boom. There you go. Simple. 1 roll, 2 roll. Oh, okay, there we go. We just needed a counterclockwise throw. 2322 is kind of a dead 2-star, but party challenge. That's why we do these party challenges, to give the attack boost. And I like the fact you can now get encounters from the party challenges rather than just some terrible berries. There are so many Mewtwo around, it's actually jokes, and barely drive anywhere. So 2310. Okay, that's a little bit worse than the one before. Green. Green, damn it. The background's green. That's gonna have to do for this encounter, I guess. One great throw. Instantly out. Fantastic. Darkrai doing the business. Actually, Darkrai from the land down under, would you believe it? 2290. Ouch. Green, maybe? No. Okay, the morning session's not paying off. That's a shame. If anybody, I know a lot of people already know this, but in case you don't know, if you watch the CP counter of the raid boss tick down with the first ball catch, mind you, look at that, you can see which number you're going to get. You can see the CP that you're going to actually get to catch. Stage 3. Oh my god, that's the Burmy. Glimmers and Gratitude. This research, because obviously we went to LA, so we shouldn't have stage 5 being time gated. We've got a rare XL candy. What on earth have we got to do now? 20 nice throws, 20 great throws, 20 excellence. Okay, let's pray for something north of 2370, which would be amazing. 2312. Damn. Planned a route. I have a route of about 5 more gyms that will take us through to about, I don't know, just after 8 o'clock. It's great. And still no Shadow Shiny for the morning. We had those 2 Shadow Shinies very quickly, right at the beginning of the weekend, and after that, the luck has just gone down. Right about now, I could do some breakfast, but we don't have time. So, 2307. Damn. That would be, as some of you might know, Hundo, Reshiram Zekrom, or Altered Dialga. As for Mewtwo, it's like 80 CP away from the Hundo. But green. Damn. Just after 8 AM in the morning, and we're running low on purified gems, actually, so 2303. I have a feeling this morning session's not going to be so good. I wonder if we can get out in the afternoon a little bit as well. Check me out. And damn it. That shiny RNG, or even that decent IV RNG, is not with me this morning. Do I restart the phone? Maybe. One of those myths among Pokemon Go players that if you restart the phone, your RNG resets. I will say this morning's raid session is going very to plan, apart from the shinies and RNG. Okay, 2336 is starting to get up there. That's okay. It's really satisfying when you complete these raids right at the end of the timers. Still not Shadow Shiny. Oh, 2326. Okay, it's not quite as hype. We're not the 2326 with any hype at all. Okay, Ealing Common Station, where we've had some very good fortune in the past. 2318. Green. No. Oh, For goodness sake. Once again, the background is more green than the Mewtwo. Circle is set on an ultra tiny excellent. No problems. 5 more excellents to get, and the excellent does nothing but make an instant breakout. Not hitting the excellent. Maybe we get more rolls out of it. It's closer to a catch than the actual excellent throw. We've all run out of purified gems now, so 22.93. I think we can squeeze one more raid in, but oh my goodness me, if you don't use those purified gems on Mewtwo, if you're short manning this sort of thing, it is going to be very close indeed. Thank goodness for party play, and also a enraged Mewtwo, no matter what move it has, wipes your whole team basically. So thank goodness we've all got some good counters, and still no Shadow Shiny. Let's just get those excellence done for that quest, so at least we can complete that. Say we've achieved something this morning, and a few other things. Do you think, I think this personally quite strongly, Shadow raids on weekend should be boosted to this level because they're weekend only. If you could chain them together like we're doing with Mewtwo now, I think a lot more people would be incentivized to go raiding for, say, Entei Shadow in April for that shiny. In the ball it goes, beautiful. And how was the shiny luck? How was the IV luck? Have you got anything worth maxing out? Because that definitely isn't it. There we go, we get 3 different lures for stage 4 of Glimmers and Gratitude for our shiny Shaman. 3 rocket radars as a reward for the next stage. Send 4 gifts, 4 berries, and 4 buddy hearts. Bear with me on this. And just like that, 3 encounters with, oh my god, really? Is it going to be 3 Bidoof? No, it's going to be a glitch. That's still a thing. Niantic, please fix this. 3rd Bidoof. There we go. Lovely stuff. 305. I don't know what the hundo is. We get a Poffin and some Sinnoh Stones for our trouble, as well as 3 rocket radars. That's rather nice. And our final stage, defeat 3 rocket leaders, earn a gold Sinnoh medal. I'm sure we've done that, reach level 40, so we just need to find 3 rocket leaders. Back in the car, 1 or 2 more raids we need to do, and find some purified gems. I was only doing this to get the purified gem shards. Oh my goodness me. Shadow Shiny Trapinch, ladies and gentlemen. We've managed to bag it from Sierra on Ealing Green this morning. I think that's the quickest turnaround I've managed to get new Shadow Shinies from multiple leaders possibly ever. So there we go, that's what it looks like. It's a very cool Shadow Shiny. It means I don't need to do Sierra again, but I will do because I want the shards and everything. It's dead 1-star, but there you go. Just before we're about to jump into a Shadow Mewtwo, we need to party up again, but there is the gem that we were actually using. We wanted to get this in this morning session. Oh, it's now weather boosted. No wonder it was recommending all the damn dragons. So 2872, of course, you're looking for 2984. So this is so far off of it. Burn our purified gems as well. So we're back down to 0. So that last one might be a real struggle, and still no Shadow Shiny. Oh, come on. I'm just going to throw a nice throw. Sometimes they work. In this case, it did. When you predict the future. Just dead. Dead 2-star, unfortunately. Right, unfortunately, that final Mewtwo from this morning is going to have to go because we don't have the purified gems. There aren't anybody else out, I'm afraid, and it's weather boosted, so it's going to absolutely destroy us. So what we're going to do now is wrap up, and well, we did get a Shadow Shiny here this morning, technically, but I think we've smashed a good 15 or 16 raids, which is actually really, really solid. So honestly, the morning session, fantastic. Sadly, nothing amazing to report, but what I did want to do, we did already get that 96er earlier in the video, which was yesterday for me, but we're not going to power that up just yet. What we do want to do, we've got the Stardust, and we can power up the Groudon we got a couple of videos ago, earlier this week. We're going to get that up to level 50. Shadow 93 Groudon, which is just insane. So I'm going to work on best buddying that, but now we need to give it the right damn tags and build up the Stardust again, because we've got a Shadow Mewtwo to max, which now we're at 59,000 dust. we need 570,000. We're a good 500,000 and more off. Before we wrap up today's video, as I said, let me know your Shadow Mewtwo raid weekend wins, or rather maybe you couldn't participate, in which case I'm really sorry. I wish there was a remote breaker possibility for these sorts of things. But thank you so much to every single one of the Patreon members, Patreon supporters, who are the reason this channel continues to be a possibility with videos, live streams, and live event travel. And genuinely, I'm full-on appreciative for every single one of you who appear at the end of every single one of the videos I put up here on this channel. So thank you so much for helping support me as a creator. Because it's the end of the week, we've got a few things to wrap up. So first and foremost, we've got Tapu Lele Raid Hour 2.0, might be a little bit dead, but it's next Wednesday. If you fancy joining for that raid hour, drop your in-game name and your friend code in the comments below. I can add a few people who wish to try and hunt for the shiny. I still need 100% of it, so I am going to be out doing those raids. We've also got an April Fool's event, very likely tomorrow. We don't know what it is. We have some information regarding the April Fool's event. So earlier this afternoon, Pokemon Go tweeted out something about excellent throws being rewarded for whatever type of throw you happen to land on a Pokemon. So nice, great, and excellent all count as excellent over the course of the whole duration of April the 1st, which is a big XP grind for anybody who's chasing level 50, so get your lucky eggs down and go catching. I don't think there's going to be any specific spawns, but we will be covering it in a video tomorrow on the channel, so we'll see what is up. We're going to Kew Gardens, as I mentioned, for that one. There is also a new field research task that will be for Spinder, making 3 great curve throws in a row, which is 2 less than usuals, which is nice, so it makes it a little bit easier to obtain, plus a few other bits and pieces. But hope you enjoy that, and we'll see it on the channel a bit later. But now go and drop a download to the Incensed podcast. You can check out episode 164 that released today, featuring all 4 of us talking about April's content update, the Verdant Wonders, Groudon Raid Day, and much more. It's a fantastic little episode, so go and check it out. You can find the link in the description. It's available on all good podcast platforms and mediocre ones as well. It's everywhere. Incensed Podcast. Go and check it out. Back to me in the regular setting of the outdoors. And of course, we've got Zubat Spotlight Hour. We're going to live stream that on the Tuesday, Shiny Hunt. But the Sizable Surprises event, the Thursday, 4th of April, brings in Shiny Wimpod and Shiny Katana. You can bet your bottom dollar I am chasing that Shiny Katana like nothing else. April looks like a really, really good month. Of course, this time next week, we have got Bag On Community Day Classic. So if you're looking for somewhere to play and if you're around and want to join a crew, come down to Walpole Park at Ealing. The community ambassador Vince is going to set something up. You can get your research if you check in with us that way. It'll be fantastic. And also, before you go and check out either one of these videos here. There could be some Team Rocket related stuff, or maybe a Hundo Katana featured. Either one of those videos should suffice your viewing pleasure. But until the next time, I'm going to say, do take care.